Hi, I'm Adrian here with Priceless Realty. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. thought I'd share this with you. I don't necessarily agree with the dollar values on here. They're probably way off, but it just gives you an idea. But sometimes when you go to buy a new home and you're buying a home, we don't always think about what the other costs are associated with the buy it once you buy it, because it's never simply like, oh, I bought a home, now I'm going to move in. Oftentimes there are things that come into play. Now, some of these right here, like I said, you may already have already. I don't necessarily agree with the numbers right here, but one thing I try and do on the buying side, if I can, I've got a buyer and representative user agent. I mentioned here washer and dryer. I generally try and get the washer and dryer included in the purchase of a property, and oftentimes I find you can do that. Sometimes that's the one thing that may be excluded, but generally I find that most of the time you can get it included in there. But this has $575 for washer and dryer. It's probably, I think it's probably just that, probably for a washer, and the same for a dryer. It's probably that double amount of money when you look at it. Oftentimes the other thing too, people may upgrade a bedroom. $30 is probably on the low side. I think a mattress these days probably costs way more than that. I haven't bought any of this stuff in some years, and I know a computer system at $300 is definitely way off, because I spent a whole lot more on that on a decent computer. Other thing too, fence is generally something people want to cut and put in. It's got here $270 for a new fence. I think that probably maybe 20-30 years old. I mean, I don't think there's any way to get a new fence for $270. Probably just a couple of pieces will cost that type of money, because I know on a typical 80 by 125 lot, which is 80 feet wide, 125 feet deep, you can fence in from the sides of the property out to the back. And the last time I did that, it's run anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 depending what you go for. So $270 is definitely on the low end on that. The other thing it's got here is living room, chairs and tables. Generally I think the feeling is when you go to buy a new home, it would be kind of fun to be able to buy new furniture, and obviously everything costs a lot. I mean, a decent sofa these days probably is in excess of $1,000. And again, I don't really know, because I haven't bought any of this sort of stuff in some time. Obviously when we move to, we try and use the existing furniture that we've got, but these aren't necessarily all the expenses that automatically go into buying of a home. But there may be some of these that you're going to experience: washer, dryer. It could be you want to put a fence in, lawnmower equipment, on that sort of thing. And lawnmower equipment, probably basic lawnmowers in the $500 range. Or these days, people will tend to pay for somebody to cut the grass, because cutting the grass here in summer is brutal. It is horrible. You got to have some type of motorized lawnmower to do that, because otherwise you're going to be passing out on the grass, and you're going to be needing to call 911 and have you taken to emergency because you got overheated. Because summertime is brutal here cutting the grass. Particularly if you cut it after 8 o'clock in the morning, you will be sweating like crazy. I know that from personal experience. So a lot of people might do that for a while, but eventually they will go over and they will have somebody do it. It's kind of funny sometimes you see people on a riding lawnmower cutting their grass because it's too hot to walk behind or push behind and push one, because grass here grows like crazy in the summertime. Doesn't so much in the wintertime. You go a couple of weeks not need to cut grass, but in the summertime it will grow on a weekly basis. Sometimes it feels like you got to cut it twice a week because it's growing so fast. So there are some things to consider. So this says common expense for new home buyers: bedroom furnishing, forget the dollar values. Washer, dryer, window coverings is probably a common one. Maybe want to create a computer system, other appliances in there as well. Sofa, living room chairs, outside additions and alterations, always something. New plumbing fixtures. I think a basic plumbing fixture is $150 just on its own. I just did buy a house in the last year, and I think I spent over $1,000 on plumbing fixtures, and I'm not going to high end. I'm not a high-end guy. If it works and it's basic, does the job, that's all I care about. Is that. So I just thought this is just something to share. Short little video, under 5 minutes, some expenses for a new home buyer. If you have any questions about real estate in general, I've got over 20 years experience doing that here. Please reach out to me, and I hope to hear from you. Audio Jungle.